What's up? My name's Louis, aka MrCameraJunkie. If this is your first time here, I make videos about my experience in photography and video, and today we're going to be talking about lens alternatives. Recently, Sony has released an ultra wide-angle lens, the FE 20mm f1.8G. Prior to the release, I was already looking for a wide-angle lens for my full-frame camera. But dropping $900 to test to see if I like a focal length was not something that I was up to doing. So I took it as a challenge to see if I can find an alternative to the 20mm lens. I was able to find the Quantaray 19 to 35mm f 3.5 to 4.5 on eBay for $48. And yes, you heard correctly, Quantaray. Quantaray branded lenses were sold exclusively by Ritz Camera. All lenses sold by Ritz were made by Sigma, including this lens. Sigma is well known for making good third-party lenses for Canon, Nikon, Sony, Pentax, Panasonic, and Olympus. Optically, the Quantaray lenses are great. The only problem is when you try to use them with newer DSLR cameras. The newer cameras have a codec that takes all the EXIF data from the lens and adds them to each image file. Older lenses that were designed for 35mm SLRs do not transmit that data. The problem you get is with aperture control and not being able to transmit the metadata to your camera. I was already looking on how to fix this problem when I was shooting with Canon DSLRs. That's because previously I had picked up a Quantaray 135 to 400mm f 4.5 to 5.6 lens for $20. It was listed as broken due to the error 99 message that it would give every time you would try to use them with newer DSLR cameras. The only way the lens wouldn't give me an error, I would have to shoot in aperture priority wide open. Anything else would be completely out of the question. The worst part was that I would have to turn off the camera completely and turn it back on just to remove this error. Around the same time was when I got my hands on my Metabones EFE Mount T adapter, which allowed me to use my Canon glass on my Sony mirrorless cameras. This started the transition for me because I didn't have to go out and buy a whole new set of lenses to try out the Sony bodies. I found that it was easier for me to move over to Sony using the Metabones because I felt that I really wasn't losing anything. It was as if I had purchased two cameras in one and more than doubled my lens ecosystem, because now I have the ability to use Sony E-mount lenses and Canon EF lenses with autofocus. Another added bonus was when I mounted my Quantaray lens. The missing codec was in the adapter. The Quantaray lens gave me zero problems when mounted onto my Sony cameras. Now this is a game changer. With this knowledge, I'm able to scour the depths of eBay looking for vintage-ish, old school autofocus EF lenses, which is how I found this Sigma, Quantaray 19 to 35mm lens. I got lucky because this lens is in excellent condition. There's not even a scratch in sight. It's mostly a plastic build to keep it light with a metal mount. It also has a very small focus throw, about 25%, which helps for fast, snappy autofocus when shooting stills, but is not the best for video. I prefer a much longer focus throw to better dial in the focus, especially for video. And the autofocus makes too much noise. It really wasn't designed for that. It's a film photography lens, and that's where it shines. Here are some samples so that you can see for yourself. I stay amazed how well these lenses communicate with my cameras. continuous autofocus, object tracking, and it even tracks eyes without a problem. The one negative that I was able to find was that the autofocus was not working in video mode. It just stays locked off unless you switch it to manual mode, which bothers me 0%. Like I said, it's a photography lens. And for $48, I was able to save over $850 compared to the Sony lens. So, what did we learn today? If you have an EF to E mount adapter, whether it's a Metabone, Sigma, or Comlight, don't forget that you have a plethora of EF lenses at your disposal. Also, that you don't always need the fastest glass. For example, landscape photos using ultra-wide angle lenses are usually stopped down to f8, requiring you to think about your shot and composition. Shot and composition is the same shit, right? Well, if you liked this video or found the information useful, please be sure to hit the like button. If you would like to see more videos about budget alternatives for photography and video, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, and I will see you again in the next one.